Jay, and I'm back with another video. So basically today I'm gonna give you guys a story time about how this girl tried to motherfucking come in and stop my bag. This is during the time that I was in cosmetology school. So you know how cosmetology school is. It's just a whole bunch of females, and it's just like really freaking annoying and really petty. So this is about the time I was in cosmetology school, and I had decided that I wanted to work for MAC. Like MAC was like one of the very first brands of makeup I really started wearing because my mom used to wear it a lot. So I figured, you know, hey, why not try to work for MAC? So I had this classmate up in school, and she just won't shit basically. Like, she did makeup as well, but she was one of them girls that think, you know, they're like the only one on earth who can do something. Like anybody else who tries to do something, they're just copying off of them, or they're just like not as good as them. And she just tried to sun me on multiple occasions, and I didn't really appreciate that. And we was cool or whatever. Well, I thought we was cool. She was the type of person who always loved to brag about all the stuff that she had going on. You know, she was just extra. And like, when you have a friend like that, you just gotta realize that they're not your friend. So I was trying to get me a job at MAC. I also will upload a video on how to get hired at MAC as well, so be on the lookout for that. I was trying to get a job at MAC, and I was working really hard to get this job at MAC. So I was like putting in work. Like, it took me like, how long? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It took me 8 months, y'all, to get this job at MAC. Like 8 months of just being consistent and persistent or whatever. But this was all during the time we was in hair school. We were like, you know, hanging out a lot, you know, talking about makeup or whatever. Like, you know, I thought it was going to be cool. I thought it was going to be like a little nice little girlship or whatever. But I don't know. It just turns out that she just fucking hater. Finally, after trying, have an interview at MAC. Not an interview, but it was like, basically I was communicating with one of the employees at MAC at the time, and she had hit me up and she was telling me her manager was going to be here because for some reason her manager was never freaking at work. So she was like, hey, my manager is coming in this day, come bring your resume, be dressed in all black, be beat down, be on fleek. So coincidentally, like a couple hours after, you know, she gave me the heads up to come the next day, old girl had called me, and I'm gonna give her a name because I need to stop calling females old girl. I'm gonna call her Shaquanda. Shaquanda had coincidentally called me, right? And she called me and she was like, hey girl, what you doing? I was like, nothing girl, just chilling or whatever, what's up with you? She was one of the type of people that just had to she just always wanted to make it seem like she had some shit going on, but she really ain't had nothing going on. She was like,
I put a post on Facebook. I got all these models who've been.
I was kind of feeling some type of way, because this is how I kind of realized that she wasn't really my real friend. Because if you're doing a photo shoot and you're looking for African American models, why wouldn't you pick me if I'm supposed to be like one of your like closest friends, or I'm supposed to be someone that you really mess with? Or at least if you know I do makeup, why wouldn't you want me to come, you know, hang out, assist or nothing like? But she didn't mention nothing like that. All she wanted to do was freaking brag, and how she had this photo shoot going on, how she had all these people who were just dying to be in her photo shoot or whatever. So of course she on the phone telling me all this stuff, trying to outdo me. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I got an interview at MAC tomorrow. She was like,
oh really? Maybe I can go with you.
Like laughing, and I didn't say anything. I was just like, huh? So the next day when we get to school, we was like in the computer lab or whatever, because we was like, I forgot what we was doing on the computer, but we was doing something on the computer. And I was like on the computer revising my resume. So at our school, we had to wear uniforms at the time, and this day I came dressed like, I didn't come in my uniform. I just came dressed like in all black, like I was about to go to my interview. And I had my face beat, hair was laid, you know, the usual. Just kidding, I really be looking like shit at the time. Had my face beat, hair laid, had on my all black, you know, looking like I belong to somebody. So I was on the computer revising my resume or whatever, and I noticed that she was late. So then, you know, I'm just minding my own business, you know. I'm like super excited. So of course I'm telling my teacher that I'm about to like, you know, go and potentially, you know, speak with the manager at Mac or whatever. She's like, oh, that's so good for you, that's so good for you, blah, blah, blah. Then in walks Shaquanda. She walked in, she had on all black. She had a face beat, looking real ghostly and ashy. She thought she was about to go on her interview with me. And was like, hey girl, da da da. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just doing my resume. And because I'm still trying to process in my head, why the hell is she dressed like me? Like, where does she think she's going? And she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that too. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, why do you need, like, what are you doing? To make a long story short, she was under the impression that she was about to go with me to Mac. I was like, nah, that's not about to happen, because you barely got time to even come to school, and because you're so busy, like, you know, doing what you're doing. So how would you even have time to work at Mac? Like, where did this even come about? You weren't even trying to do this before I was trying to do this. Yeah, so she was under the impression that she was going to this interview with me. I don't know how to tell her that she's not freaking going with me without causing confrontation. So I had went and I talked to my teacher, and I was like, you know, she's under the impression that she's about to go to this interview with me, and that's not about to happen. And my teacher was like, oh no, honey. She said, you need to go. You need to leave now. And everybody knew that this girl was like super shady. She was super annoying. So even my teacher told me like that I need to leave and that I need to go now. I had like, we was on our first break of the day or whatever. You know, in the courtyard, I was talking to a few other people that went to my school. I was talking to them or whatever. You know, they was asking me where I was going. You know, I was taking some pictures. You know, looking real cute. She had texted me and was like, where did you go? And I was like, oh, I'm in the courtyard with such and such taking pictures. And she was like, oh, okay, I thought you left me. I'm about to leave you. So I was just like, Lord have mercy. Like I try to avoid confrontation as much as possible, like, because I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't like to argue with people. Like, I would just not talk to you before I would like go back and forth with you. I was just talking to them. I was like, this girl really think that she about to go with me to this interview, and they was like, girl, leave now. It was like a whole hour before I was even supposed to be there. I had just said fuck it, and I had just left. So I got on my car and I went early because she was not about to like go with me and just try to like block my bag, because I already know the type of person she is. She was gonna like be all up in the way, like all up trying to promote herself. She won't gonna let me get a freaking word in, or you know what I'm saying. So I was just like, oh nah, she not going with me. Like, I've been preparing for this for months. This is like 4 months into my journey of trying to work there. It was like legit a damn journey. Like you're not about to mess all this freaking hard work I didn't put in. So anyway, so I had left or whatever, went to the place, but I actually did have an interview that day. Like legit, like the manager sat down with me, like she asked me questions, and she literally asked me the same questions that the lady who was helping me out told me that she was gonna ask. She told me what to say. I was very well prepared for this interview. So after that, you know, she told me like, you know, she liked me. She was gonna like call me to set up and what is it called?
Damn.
Like the 30-minute thing where, you know, it was like a test. It was like a hands-on interview. Damn, I'm dumb. Then, like, when I was leaving, Shaquanda had texted me and was like,
I know you didn't leave me.
Yeah, I was like, I left. And she was like,
I just think that's fake and phony, how you left me without telling me. You could have told me that that you didn't want me to go.
But my thing was, I never invited you, for one. For two, I never even agreed to you going. Like, when you said you was gonna go, I didn't say anything. Like, I never said that you... I never said that you can go. me and her was going back and forth or whatever, and she was like,
oh, you're just intimidated by me, but that's fine. I've been trying to work at Mac for the last 6 months, so I just thought I would just go with you, but it seems like you're intimidated by me, and if you think that that's your way to fame or that's your way to success, then so be it. Like, she was
real salty. Like, she was big mad.
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad? I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad? Look at you. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy.
Sway.
So yeah, like, she was like really mad because I went to the jump without her. So at that point, I didn't really care. And then there was like some tension between us after that. Something had happened, and like we ultimately stopped being friends. What did she do? I don't fucking remember. But to make a long story short, she tried to stop my bag, and I didn't really appreciate that. And I ended up getting the job at Mac anyways. Yeah, moral of the story is watch your female friends that do the same thing that you do, because for some reason in this world today, people think that because you do the same thing that they do, that you're in the competition. What people fail to realize is that people are gonna like you, or people are gonna come to you for a service based on what you do, based on the type of work that you do. If your work is not going to be the exact same as somebody else's work, you might be good at doing like soft, natural beats, and on the other hand, somebody else might be good at doing like full on like Instagram makeup, like full face, like full real heavy full coverage makeup, 10 different colors on your eyes. Like, it's two different, y'all might have two different styles. So that's what I don't understand about females, is that they always feel like they're in competition with each other. When it comes to being in the beauty industry, people are gonna come to you based on the work that you put out. They're not gonna come to somebody who does braids and ask them, can they lay a frontal? Bitches just need to stay in their lane, and worry about yourself. Worry about your own success, and you won't have no problems. It won't be no problems if you just focus on yourself and worry about yourself, and I promise you will succeed. Alrighty, love, so that's all for today's little mini story time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.